Sunny Hostin, a prominent and outspoken figure on The View, has always been known for her incisive commentary and bold stances on politics, social justice, and cultural issues. However, a storm of controversy recently erupted around the talk show co-host, culminating in her unexpected departure following a high-profile legal battle involving Melania Trump. The news of Hostin being cancelled from the iconic daytime program has sparked a flurry of conversations, debates, and speculation across media platforms. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. The catalyst for this dramatic fallout can be traced back to a heated discussion on The View, during which Hostin reportedly made pointed remarks about Melania Trump, former First Lady of the United States. Known for her candor, Hostin's comments allegedly veered into territory that Melania found defamatory, prompting swift legal action. In a move that surprised many, Melania Trump filed a defamation lawsuit against Hostin for a staggering $100 million. This lawsuit not only thrust the two women into a fierce legal showdown, but also put the show itself under an intense spotlight. Hostin's remarks were part of an ongoing discourse about the Trump family's legacy and the scrutiny faced by its members. While such conversations are par for the course on The View, where debate and controversy are practically baked into its DNA, the particular tone and content of Hostin's statements apparently crossed a line for Melania Trump. For years, Melania has maintained a somewhat enigmatic public persona, rarely engaging with critics or responding to media narratives. This lawsuit marked a significant departure from that pattern, signaling a more aggressive stance against public commentary that she perceives as damaging. The stakes of the lawsuit were undeniably high. A $100 million claim is enough to send shockwaves through any individual or institution, and Hostin was no exception. Legal experts weighed in, with many noting the challenges of proving defamation in such a high-profile case. Public figures like Melania Trump are held to a different standard in defamation lawsuits, requiring proof of actual malice, a difficult threshold to meet. Yet the sheer magnitude of the suit underscored how deeply Melania felt wronged by Hostin's remarks and her determination to defend her reputation. Behind the scenes, tensions at The View reportedly began to rise as the lawsuit gained traction. The show, famous for its panel of strong-willed and opinionated hosts, has always thrived on spirited debates and disagreements. However, the legal battle seemed to inject a new level of unease into the dynamic. Producers were said to be grappling with the fallout, balancing the need to support their co-host while also mitigating potential reputational damage to the show. As public criticism mounted, rumors swirled about whether Hostin's position on the panel was tenable in light of the controversy. For Hostin, the ordeal was more than just a professional crisis, it was deeply personal. As someone who has long championed the importance of free speech and fearless dialogue, the lawsuit and its consequences posed a direct challenge to her identity as a commentator and public intellectual. Hostin's defenders rallied around her, arguing that her comments were part of a broader critique of political figures and should be protected under the First Amendment. However, critics claimed that her remarks crossed ethical boundaries, suggesting that her words were less about constructive critique and more about personal attacks. Melania Trump's decision to pursue legal action also reignited broader debates about the limits of free speech in media and public discourse. Some saw her lawsuit as a justified effort to hold public commentators accountable for their words, especially when those words have the potential to harm reputations and spread misinformation. Others viewed it as an overreach, a chilling precedent that could stifle critical voices in media. The legal clash between these two prominent women became a microcosm of larger cultural battles, reflecting deep divides over issues of power, privilege, and the responsibilities of public figures. As the lawsuit proceeded, it became increasingly clear that Hostin's future on The View was in jeopardy. The network faced mounting pressure from advertisers and viewers alike, with some threatening boycotts if decisive action wasn't taken. While some fans of the show called for solidarity and supported Hostin, others argued that her presence had become too polarizing and damaging to the program's reputation. Balancing these competing pressures, the network ultimately made the controversial decision to part ways with Hostin. The fallout from Hostin's departure sent ripples through the entertainment industry. To many, it symbolized the precarious nature of modern media careers, where a single controversy can lead to swift and dramatic consequences. It also raised questions about the role of corporate interests in shaping media narratives. Critics accused the network of caving to external pressures rather than standing by one of its most prominent voices. Supporters of the decision, on the other hand, argued that it was a necessary move to preserve the show's integrity and maintain its appeal to a broad audience. For The View, the incident marked a turning point. The show has long prided itself on its ability to tackle contentious topics and provide a platform for diverse perspectives. Hostin's exit, however, highlighted the fine line between fostering robust debates and navigating the complex realities of public opinion and corporate interests. In the weeks that followed, the show's producers sought to reassure audiences that The View would continue to uphold its commitment to lively and inclusive discussions. Yet the shadow of the controversy lingered, with many wondering how the program would navigate future challenges. Melania Trump's lawsuit also drew attention to her evolving public persona. For years, she had been seen as a relatively private and reserved figure, often overshadowed by her husband's brash and polarizing style. By taking legal action against Hostin, Melania signaled a willingness to assert herself more forcefully in the public sphere. This move was interpreted by some as an attempt to reclaim her narrative and establish boundaries in a media landscape that has often been unforgiving. Others, however, viewed it as an example of leveraging privilege and power to silence criticism. The legal battle and its aftermath also fueled broader discussions about the intersection of politics, media, and celebrity culture. In an era where public figures are constantly scrutinized and debated, the boundaries of acceptable commentary have become increasingly contested. Hostin's remarks and the subsequent lawsuit became a case study in these tensions, illustrating the challenges of navigating a media environment that thrives on controversy but also demands accountability. As news of Hostin's departure spread, reactions were predictably divided. Fans of the co-host expressed outrage and disappointment, accusing the network of succumbing to external pressures and failing to support one of its most dynamic voices. Hostin's critics, meanwhile, celebrated the decision, viewing it as a necessary step to restore balance and credibility to the show. The polarized reactions mirrored the broader cultural divides that have come to define much of contemporary discourse, underscoring the ways in which media controversies often transcend their immediate context to become larger symbols of societal debates. The controversy also raised questions about the future of The View. With Hostin gone, the show faced the challenge of filling the void left by one of its most distinctive voices. Speculation about potential replacements began almost immediately, with names ranging from seasoned journalists to rising media personalities being floated as possible contenders. The decision would be a critical one for the show, as it sought to maintain its relevance and appeal in an increasingly crowded and competitive media landscape. While the legal battle between Melania Trump and Sunny Hostin remained unresolved at the time of Hostin's departure, its implications were already being felt across the industry. The case highlighted the complex interplay between free speech, defamation laws, and the responsibilities of media professionals. It also served as a reminder of the risks faced by public figures who choose to engage in bold and unfiltered commentary. For Sunny Hostin, the fallout from the controversy marked a significant chapter in her career. Whether seen as a victim of cancel culture or a cautionary tale about the perils of media commentary, her story resonated with audiences and sparked important conversations about the role of journalists and commentators in shaping public discourse. As she faced an uncertain future, Hostin remained a symbol of the complexities and contradictions of modern media, a figure whose career embodied both the opportunities and challenges of navigating an increasingly polarized and high-stakes landscape. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us? What are your thoughts on Sunny Hostin's cancellation from The View? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.